a little bit, hasn't ran in about 4.5 days, and it snowed the last 2.5. It's been really cold, so gotta let it run for about 5-10 minutes so it doesn't sit forever. A good old cold start on the Grand Prix too. Hasn't been started in about probably 7-8 hours. Alright, well, we're going to be talking about today why I bought the Grand Prix GXP, what my reasoning was, how much I got, how much I paid for it, and a couple other things, you know, like, do I regret it, would I do it again, stuff like that. So I'm going to let my car warm up a bit, and we're going to take it for a drive and talk about it. The car has, wrong one, 154,740 miles. I bought it with 109,000 miles a year and a half ago now, which was, that's a lot of miles I put on it in a year and a half, but that's how much I love the car. And through all those miles, it has not left me stranded. It has not failed to start. The only things that I've had to replace came with bad rack and pinion steering, so I replaced that. Well, my power steering pump went out just recently, which is normal wear and tear. Power steering lines leak, and he fixed that. Besides that, just tires and oil changes. This is actually more reliable than my 2013 Focus SE I got, my hatchback Focus I had a way long time ago, like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. This is amazing, and it's such a fun car to drive too. I impulse bought it. I wasn't looking for a GXP, but I saw it sitting on the side of the road up in Pine River, and I literally just impulse bought it. I was like, I have to have that. He let me test drive it. I started it up. It had partial straight pipes already, and my mouth dropped. I was like, oh my god, that sounds so good. I had never seen one really in person because there's not many around here, and boy am I glad I got this car. It's been the best car. I love the paddle shifters here. This is a 2007, and it came with this thing was broken, it came with a couple other things. The tires were bald, but I got it for such a good deal. It had 109,000 miles, and after financing and everything, after tax, title, license, it was $5,500 and some odd change. And I put $1,000 down on it. I want to keep it and pay it off so I can keep it, because I don't want to ever get rid of this car, and I don't plan on it. It's got everything but the sunroof, and I think they came with navigation, select ones. This one obviously doesn't, but it has everything else. It has the monsoon radio, everything else. I really wish it had a sunroof really bad, but it don't. But and I don't really like the color of it, to be honest. In the sunlight, like on a nice bright day, the color's amazing. This charcoal color, you kind of see the hood there. But I really wish it would have been the maroon color, the red, black, or white. Preferably, I really wanted the black, but you know, you don't find these that much, and I got what I could get, and it was a great price. I mean, they're going for like 8-9 grand with those miles, so. I'm gonna go find a spot to talk about this at. That's just a little story about my car. I will be doing a car story and everything when I get my GoPro, and I can stick it to there so you guys can actually see me talk. But we're gonna do this one this way, facing that way. I don't think I'm gonna have it face me. I think we're gonna just walk around the car and look at it and stuff, and go from there, I guess. So yeah, a lot of people have actually asked me, do I regret getting it? They're looking at getting a GXP. They want to know. So we're gonna get into that right now. Literally one of the only things about this car I don't like is the gas mileage. And now it's good when you're driving, like it's pretty good for a big V8 when you're driving, I guess, conservatively, but I don't drive conservatively. It's hard. Like when I'm just chill, relax after work, I do. But like on my days off and stuff, when I want to go and drive, I like to drive spiritually. Down to like 13 mpg, I think is what the lowest it's been. I'm gonna go find a spot somewhere chill to talk about the car and everything, and yeah, I'll see you guys when I get there, I guess. I don't really want to hold the camera. That's why I'm super excited to get a GoPro, because I can mount it to the car, get some sick outdoor shots, exhaust clips, put on the windshield and do driving vlogs, but I can't do that right now. So sorry about that, guys, but the GoPro's coming by the end of this month. So a lot of stuff's coming by the end of this month, so I'm really excited about that. A couple minutes and we'll be getting into, well, like a second for you guys, but a couple minutes for me, and I'll be getting into why I bought it and all that good stuff. But I forgot I have a park right by my house. Like, I literally can walk to this. Me and my So I knew what it was when I was driving by, and I saw it, and it was sitting at this little dealership with like 6 other cars. And I was like, oh, they're not going to be able to finance. But I stopped in there the next day. I came back because they were closed then anyways. This thing was sitting in the front row right next to a 2007 Monte Carlo SS, a maroon one. I drove this one first. I was blown away. I loved it. And there was issues with it. The steering wheel was crooked, so it needed an alignment. There's a couple of dings in here, like that was broken. It had the tire pressure gauge was on and it wouldn't go away, and it had all 4 bald tires. It was $5,500, steel, 109,000 miles. Ran great, shifted good, nothing was wrong. Under the hood was good, but it had some nesting in it. Like there was some like mice nesting in the engine, but it wasn't inside the engine. It was just on top of it, like in between the cylinders. And a quick pressure washing took that right out. I had it checked out. Nothing was wrong with it. Got approved for it. That's basically why I bought it. I knew what it was. It was a great car. Ever since I bought it, it's been the best car I've ever had. The most reliable. It starts up like that in the winter in Minnesota, which is a big bonus. And it's amazing. It was partially straight piped when I got it. Still had one of the mufflers, so I took care of that. Full straight pipe now, and I'm getting a catless downpipe, a new K&N cold air intake. So I'm having that, my rims, my new intake, my rims, and my GoPro. I'm getting all that at the end of this month or the beginning of May. So a lot of fun stuff to come. Once I get the GoPro, the videos are just gonna be like that, bang, 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 out probably every other day. Just videos on this thing and fun stuff and hooning around. And I do take really good care of this car, though. I really do. It's gonna look a whole lot different by the middle of May. I can guarantee you that. It's gonna sound different too because the catless downpipe, and I'm getting a MagnaFlow catless downpipe. I just have to find someone to put it in because, well, I'm sure I can, but I don't really want to. See if I can find one of my buddies to do it with me. Have some fun with that. But yeah, so, and now, do I regret buying the car? No, not one bit. The seats in it are amazing. The interior is all right. It's got a lot of plastic and stuff, but it creaks and crackles a lot when I'm driving. But it's a 2007 GM, you know, you can't expect Maserati type luxury or Porsche type luxury in a car like this. The steering wheel's nice. I love everything about it. I would not return this car, and I would buy it again. I would do it again. It's been the best experience. I have beaten so many cars in races, like sports cars, that you wouldn't even believe. Like, it's a sleeper. People don't know what it is, especially if you don't have an exhaust system on it, which I do. And I still get asked every day, is it a V6? Hey, is that the supercharged V6? No, you can tell a V8 from a V6. I mean, it's been amazing. I've put over 50,000 miles on it in a year and a half. No issues, 100% reliable. I live in Minnesota too, so that says something. It plows through snow. Like if you get snowed in by a snowplow, like probably 12 inches here, it will literally drive right through it like a WRX. Yeah, it's not as good as a Subi in the winter, but hey, it's definitely a lot better than a Mustang, which is my favorite car, Mustang GT. So looking at the new 2017 Focus ST, that will be a car I get brand new if I get that. And that, like, everything around me is telling me to get that because I already have a V8 that's fast and fun that I can build and modify, and the Focus will be just the perfect daily driver. It's also super fun, a manual transmission, reliable, obviously brand new, and it's just the smart thing to do. It's super fun sports car that I'm in love with it. They're gorgeous. Just throw some new rims on it, an exhaust system. It'd be a great daily driver. And that's probably the one I'm going to end up getting, to be honest. My family tells me to get it. They say they'll even help me with it. They want me to get it so much. I've driven a lot of the 17 ones. I've driven like 4 or 5 of them. I've driven the new Mustang GT. Obviously the Mustang is going to be more powerful, but it's like buying another V8. Like, I think I should get a car that's daily drivable, road trip, like ready for road trips and stuff. Great gas, but still really fun and pretty quick, which is the Focus ST. Now, see, if I had a lot of money, I'd go with the Focus RS, but I don't have that type of money. So, because the Focus RS I'd only get in black or nitrous blue. It's just a personal thing. But it's probably, yeah, it's basically narrowed down between the Focus and the Mustang GT. But when the time comes, we'll see how it goes. It's just, the Mustang GT is my favorite car, but there will be a time to buy that car, which means when I get my career. It's just, I don't know if I'll be ready to buy and pay for that payment right now, or when the time comes. So we'll see how that goes, but it will be one of those two, and it'll be a super fun car. It will be a sports car, obviously. It'll be one of the couple cars I want, one of the 3-4 cars I want. And I will always keep this car. I'm guessing within a year this will be pro-charged or supercharged. I really want to pro-charge it. There's a chance it'll be a turbo. I'm not 100% on that, but it looks like a turbo is going to be the best fit, just because there's turbo kits out there for it, and it's a little bit harder to put a supercharger on here. There's not much room at all, but you can always modify that. You know, it's done. You can do it. It's possible. It's just a lot of time, a lot of effort, which makes it fun, which makes it worthwhile, you know. So this car is going to be a fun build throughout this channel. If you want to see me build my LS4, this is the name I call it is Ellis. People are going to say I copied JR Garage on that, but I've had this car a lot longer than they've been on YouTube, and I like this. I named it LS right away. But I don't spell it like Ellis, like E-L-L-I-S. I spell it LS, you know. So I'm probably going to start. I already started the build. I already got the halos on. That was part 1. I didn't get a video of it because I never wired before, but it turned out really well, and you guys saw that. But I will definitely be started. I will start part 1 on the LS build with my K&N cold air intake and then my rims. So those will be the next build videos, and then I'll do window tint, all that good stuff. It's gonna look great, and it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna keep this car forever. It'll always be. It's my first sports car, you know, my first cool car, and it's my baby. You know, I've been through a lot with this car. And one of my favorite things is the seats in it. They're amazing. The bolsters are so good, and it's such a sleeper. That's also why I want to keep it and race it. This is my street racing car. I'm in a lot of clubs and stuff, so it's super fun. And yeah, I'll never get rid of it. So that's just kind of a little thing on a little bit of history, I guess, of the car and why I bought it. Will I get rid of it? Would I buy it again? Yes, I'd buy it again. I highly recommend the GXP. Yeah, they come with pretty poor transmission because it's meant for the V6 and it's not meant to handle the torque and the power of the V8, especially this big of a V8. But you just can build your transmission, rebuild it, modify it, make it a little bit better, bring it to a transmission shop. They'll easily beef it up like that to make it handle the power. That's all you got to do. Forget the modifications when you first buy this. Beef up the transmission first thing you do, because it will go out on you. This one was rebuilt at 66,000 miles. It has the sticker of approval under the hood, and it's got, you can see the gold seal through the transmission. So my transmission's ready to go. It just doesn't like the cold, but a lot of mechanics have told me, and it's also true, your transmission is supposed to shift somewhat hard in the cold, like boom, boom. If it takes a long time in between shifts, that's what you don't want. But in the summer, if it's shifting hard, that's not good. But this thing shifts so smooth in the summer, just boom, boom, boom. There's only 4 gears too, and 4th gear is a cruising gear. It has no power, but 2nd gear is my racing gear, basically. That's where I do my pulls from, and it's really good. 1st gear has crazy amounts of torque, but I feel like I get my peak torque at about 4,500 RPMs, peak horsepower, same. And yeah, I'm gonna get some videos out of this car soon, guys. My GoPro's coming, I promise you that. I know I've been saying that forever, but it's coming. That's when the videos will get good, trust me. But yeah, so that's basically it for the video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I promise you it's gonna be a fun build. It's gonna be a great build. It's gonna be a fun channel. A lot of this summer we're gonna be doing a lot of off-roading and rallying in my girlfriend's Jeep. Not really rallying, but off-roading up in the mine pits, and a lot of swimming and diving and treasure hunting and crap. And it's gonna be fun. It's all gonna be revolved around cars. Well, you know, it is. So it's gonna be really fun. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video, guys. If you want to see the build of this and me buying my new vehicle, I will vlog it all. I promise you that. And let's see where this channel goes, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
Alert.
What the heck? I've never heard that before. This is what I get for going over there in the park and making that video. Insane. I'm not going to wash the car yet, though, because look at that. It's got icicles hanging from it. And we're only a couple days away from May. That's terrible.